Hey everybody, and welcome to our Week 5 exit interview with Dan for Big Brother Canada 11. Now look, we have so much to get to in this interview with Dan, but first, let me let you guys know that wherever you are watching, make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Hit that thumbs up and bell over on YouTube. That really is a great way to help support the shows, as is commenting and sharing, telling a friend, tell a family member. You're our best little marketers. Now look, you know the deal. We take these questions from you guys each week, so after the episode, whether it's the Instagram post, the Twitter post, over in our Discord, or, just tweeting us them, tweet us your questions for the Evicted Housecast. We love asking them your questions. Now, of course, you can also check out the past 12 years of shows over on our website, yourrealityrecaps.com. If, you want to see more Drag Race or Amazing Race or Survivor, stuff like that, it's over archived on our website, so make sure that you guys check that out. And of course, there are people still asking, where can we watch the show? Where can we watch the dailies? Make sure that you do that over in our Discord, yourrealityrecaps.com/Discord. We always are airing the episode live for you guys over there. And usually around 11 p.m. Eastern, we are watching the dailies with you. You don't need VPNs or all that other crazy stuff. You watch right there with us in the Discord, chat with us. It is a lot of fun. That being said, we have so much to get to with this interview with Dan, so let's jump right into it. Hey Dan, how are you doing?
I'm great, Eric. How are you?
Great. So let's go back for a little bit. What about Ty and Zach coming to you after you won HOH made you think that you could trust them?
Well, to be fair, I had already been kind of aligned with Zach prior to that happening. I thought we were closer than we actually were. Turns out we weren't that close, but also when I was on the block for the first eviction, Ty and Zach really stuck their neck out in order to try and keep me in the game. And I genuinely felt like they were trying to help me. So I felt I could trust them after that.
Why did you not believe Santina when she told you that Zach and Ty used her during her HOH?
I actually did believe her. But I didn't want to let on that I was super aware of what was going on, because I felt I was in pretty deep with Zach and Ty, and I felt it might not be the best idea to jump ship. And so instead of letting on that I'm well aware of what was going on, I just kind of played dumb and went along with it because I felt it would just benefit me more in that way.
Okay. Ty and Zach tried to bring you in on their self-eviction plot. Can you explain what happened with that? Did you try and talk them out of it?
I definitely wasn't ever going to self-evict, even if both of them did. There was no way I was going to take myself out of the game just based off of this whole letter thing. I did try and talk some sense into them, saying like, this is not the best move. And honestly, if they both left, it would have been a lot more difficult on me. So I made sure they knew that. But it was pretty clear that Zach had his mind made up. And I'm not too surprised that Ty stayed. And I'm really happy that he stayed, because it made the following week a little bit easier on me, even though I got evicted.
We heard you say that you were willing to flip on Ty. So why didn't you? And if you had, what would you have done?
Well, it's not that I didn't. I mean, if I were still in the game this past week and this week, there is a chance that I would have gone after Ty. But regardless of if I would have or not, I was just going to say anything I could to try and secure people's votes. So if I could make people believe that I really would turn on Ty, even if in that moment I wasn't sure if I would, I was going to say anything I could in order to make them believe it and try to get them to vote for me to stay.
How do you anticipate using your jury vote? Are there any questions that you need answered by anyone before you can make your decision?
Yeah, I mean, depending on who is in the final two, I'm going to be talking to the other jurors about what's been going on since I left, who's been making moves. There's definitely a few people in the game right now that haven't really done much and haven't necessarily had to do much. They've kind of just floated by without having any eyes on them. So if it's one of those people, I'm going to need to hear some, info from the jury as to why I should vote for them.
Okay, let's switch gears for a minute. How would you describe your feelings for Shania?
I love Shania so much. She is my bestie in the house. I felt like, she was the female version of me and vice versa. I'm the male version of her. And I told her this a couple of times, but if it weren't for her being in that house, I would have had a lot tougher time. I really felt like I could trust her with everything and be open with her. And we just had so many fun times together. And I am sad to be gone away from her, but I'm rooting for her. I hope she does really well. And I know we're going to be friends forever.
Is that a relationship that you'll pursue outside of the house?
Define relationship.
I don't think I'm allowed.
Okay. I don't think I would be looking for a romantic relationship with Nene, but definitely hope to be like friends for life, for sure.
Okay. Was being the chef in the house part of your strategy? And if it was, what was your favorite meal to cook?
It was not part of my strategy. In the beginning, I wasn't sure if I was going to let on as to how much I like to cook because I didn't want it to be pinned on me, people relying on me to cook all the time. But, surely, slowly but surely, I just became the head chef of the house and I had a lot of fun. It took, a part of my day and kind of gave me purpose every day. And my favorite thing I cooked, I think, were chicken wings. We had a huge batch of wings one night and they were so good.
How did you prepare for Big Brother? Did you get any advice from previous players?
Well, because I didn't get any advice from previous players, but I made sure I was as fit as I could be. I was running a lot in the weeks like leading up to the show and just making sure I was, physically fit and mentally fit too. I think that's really important and in order to stay sane in the house. So that's what I was focusing on.
Did the strategy you had coming in change over time? And if so, how?
100% it did. My strategy going into the house was to lay low and try and fly under the radar for a few weeks. But because I got put on the block right off the bat, I felt like I needed to fight for my life in that first POV competition. And I think before that moment, a lot of people looked at me as not a physical player. And then they saw me kind of like competing with Ty almost like on an even playing field. And in that moment going forward, I think people realized that I could be a physical threat. And then there was a target on my back and I kind of had to go with it.
Having now had time to reflect, who do you feel is playing the best and worst game?
I think Kuzi is playing the best game. I feel like she got off scot-free after her HOH week. She made a huge move in getting Zach out of the game. And I feel like not a lot of people are looking at her as a target. She's very good socially. She's proven she can win competitions. And she has a really good alliance with Anika and Daniel. So I think she is in the best position right now. I think Santina might be in the worst position because whether it's true or not, a lot of people think she was the invisible HOH, or at least that's what people thought when I was still in the house. So I think because of that, there's going to be a lot of targets on her back. And I think there would be multiple people that would be happy to get her out of the game.
Who do you hope leaves next?
I guess I'm going to go with Santina because I also believe she was the invisible HOH. So sorry, Santina, but I would love to see you join me here in the jury house.
Is there anything fans didn't learn about you that you want them to know?
I don't know how much was shown on TV, but I think I was pretty true to myself, and I think that will come through in the episodes.
Where can people follow you on social media?
Follow me on Instagram at Szabo Music, Zabo Music, or my personal Instagram at DanZabo_.
And final question, anything that you learned about yourself coming out of this experience that you didn't know about yourself before you started playing the game?
I think I learned that, I like to seek uncomfortable situations and put myself outside of my comfort zone, which I knew about myself, but this was a huge test in that. And, going through all of this and coming out doing okay, it's kind of reinforced that in me and gave me some confidence going forward in life.
Thanks so much for taking the time to speak with us today, Dan.
Thanks, Eric.
Bye-bye.
All right, ciao.
Well, that about wraps up our interview with Dan. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Again, don't forget, you can tweet us your questions. We want to hear from you, so make sure each week you are putting your questions for the evicted house guest. Tweet us them, put them on the Instagram post, put them in our Discord, yourrealityrecaps.com/Discord. Of course, speaking of our Discord, you can watch the episodes live with us there, Eastern Time. Check out the dailies with us there every single night at 11 p.m. Eastern. You don't need VPNs or weird websites or all that other stuff. It's right there in our Discord, yourrealityrecaps.com/Discord. So make sure that you are following, liking, and subscribing wherever you are consuming our content. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, even our TikToks are fun. So make sure you check all of that out. Hitting the bell in YouTube, making sure that you're subscribed, and commenting below are all great ways to help support the show, as is sharing it. Sharing is caring, so tell a friend, tell a family member. It is a great way to help support our shows. And of course, you can always visit our website too, yourrealityrecaps.com, for the past 10, 12, 13 years of our shows over there archived. Not just Big Brother related content, although we do have that for every season, but old Bravo recaps and Amazing Race, Survivor, all that fun stuff on our website. Make sure that you check it out. And until our next show, because I am always live, if you didn't know, always live every day from 4 o'clock until dailies time, and then we're usually twitching at night after that. It's just 24/7 live feeds. Who needs the Big Brother live feeds when you have us? Check us out. We are always live, always doing stuff for you 24/7. We will see you guys on the next show. Bye for now, everybody. Bye, friends.